What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I know the background is a little messy, but this is kind of to show a few different things that I got going on. So I wanted to do this video really quick because I feel like a heaviness, and I guess this is my first video kind of asking for advice from the church. So meaning you guys, believers, the people who, you know, are watching this and we're learning together and stuff like this. I have all this stuff behind me. All of these things are here because it's stuff that I've learned, stuff that I need to make videos about, and if I move it and organize it, I'm going to forget to make videos about it. Does that make sense? Secondly, all of the stuff here in these piles and such are kind of a depiction of my trouble that I'm having. And I'm looking for someone older than me and wiser than me. I know that the things that I know about God and learning about God is not a popular thing, so it's very hard for me to find an elder or someone who's wiser to go to. Does that make sense? Because a lot of the churches teach a lot of cupcake crap. So it's just hard for me to like find someone. So I'm hoping I can find some help here. I am 3 months postpartum. I had my first baby. Background story is we're first generation farmers, me and my husband. We got married last year. We have a very successful and busy business. So since meeting him and since moving, I have dedicated most of my time, the majority of my time, to building the business, to taking care of the house, to learning different skills like cooking from scratch, gardening, growing food, farming, raising animals, raising livestock, being a wife, you know, all these different things that I do. And I do it a lot of the old school way. So a lot of people like to say I'm egalitarian, but I don't know if I would fit in that description or that box. I don't really like being put in that box. I'm very traditional in the sense of I call them pink chores. So my husband has blue chores, I have pink chores, and we operate in such, like, he's my best friend. He is such a hard worker. We are both such hard workers together. And we were able to achieve great success. So we bought, you know, we each came from nothing. We bought a lot of land, have a great business. And all those things come with responsibility because we moved to a place where we don't have family and definitely don't have friends because we work so much, so it's very hard to find friends, make time for friends. Plus we live out in the deep country, so there's not neighbors or anything like that, you know. And even if there were, even if we had friends, we're so busy, especially now with the baby, that we just don't have time. So I have been wrestling with finding time for like my stuff, right? Meaning the studying and the learning about God and the producing on the channel and content on the channel. And you guys know that I don't do this channel for money. This is not my source of income. I do it truly because I get so excited about what I learn and I want to share what I learn with everyone else. And I feel so full when I get to express the happiness and the joy that I learn from stuff that just isn't really written in places. It's like this hidden treasure that I found, and I just value it so much, and I just have this urge and this need to constantly learn it, to constantly write about it, to talk about it with you guys. I find a lot of relief and a lot of autonomy outside of my life by talking about God or talking about different things like holistic health and investigative journalism topics and all these things that I've done over my channel for the course of almost a decade. It's just it's part of me. So I'm a wife and I'm a business owner and I own a farm and I run my house very traditionally, meaning like I cook everything from scratch, I clean, I am a clean freak. And it's just a depiction because my house is spotless postpartum, right? Except this room. This is like my library. This is what we call the library in our house, and it's chaos. There's books everywhere, there's things everywhere for me to do, to say, to record, to write. And I just can't find the time. And my husband can't find the time for anything either. Like, we're constantly working. We just have so much on our plate. It's not like he's finding time for all his things and I have no time for my things. It's just my things are very methodical, and they take so much time and so much quietness and so much isolation because I started this before I had a husband. I started this before I had a farm. I started this before I had the business. I started this before I had my baby. and I was alone. So I was able to study, I was able to grow, I was able to have that isolation time to study. And now I'm in a season where it's just so hard to find time to create content, and I don't know, to create content and to really sit and study, because when I'm studying, my mind will go in different places. And I don't know if that's part of being a new mom or what. I just can't seem to focus totally on God. So I miss him. And I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Like, should I not fight to try to have the study time and instead maybe serve my family even more? Meaning, like, just put it completely to the side, which I feel like I've been doing already, but there's just like this part of me, this urge, this want. But is that considered like lust if it's so strenuous on even my stresses? Because it's adding. It's like adding a workout to your stresses, you know? It's like, am I doing the right thing by still trying to fight to learn and then to talk about it? Because I don't belong to a church, so this is my church. I haven't found a church. Again, we're new to the area. Like, this is just how, like, I worship God, I learn God, and I do it every day. I do it as much as I can. But ever since having the baby, for example, mornings I used to be in the Bible and do my little studies and try to like get into things. And it's really hard with a baby, a brand new baby. And then we're in the peak season of farming, peak season of our business and all these things. And it's just like never ending to-do list. And I do them. And I don't know if God is trying to tell me to like not do this anymore. But then I think, well, why would that be, you know? And maybe it's a season where I just need to serve my family only and just kind of put all this on the back burner. But I kid you not, like, this hasn't been on the back burner. So I'm like fighting to make time for this. I'm fighting to make time for this video. The lengths I went to even record this and have time to think about this was strenuous for me. I don't know if none of this is making sense. I'm really looking for women and moms too, because like books raised me, books taught me how to give birth. I give birth naturally, taught me how to do things, and I have to read everything, you know. I don't have someone telling me, or like a mother telling me, or like a wise woman telling me this is what you should do for your kid and this is what you should be postpartum and mother. Like I've always kind of like raised myself, and books raised me. So it's like there's so much work there too. And I read all these books about, you know, how to birth a baby, and I was so scared to give birth in my house that I didn't study or read anything about postpartum. So postpartum hit me like a ton of bricks, and it's just very exhausting, and I'm scared if it won't get better. And I have the best baby. I have the best baby. I have the best husband. I have like the best of everything. I feel insanely blessed, but it's also so hard to keep up with. And I'm really tired, and finding time to study God and stuff, it feels so hard. And I'm wondering if anyone has gone through that. So I'm just wondering if it gets better, or wondering if is this a season where I just need to put God to the side? Because like, how do you study God in the busyness? How do you make time for that where you can actually think, not just like read a verse, or maybe this is how it's supposed to be, maybe it's just a new way of being, you know, and I haven't adapted to it yet, and I need to just adapt to it, which is fine, because that'll happen over time. I just don't really know. Something feels wrong, and I don't want to do the wrong thing. So I started things to kind of help with like my mental health, and my husband, he's struggling too with it, because, you know, he's so tired. Like, we're so tired. We don't have a village, you know, we're doing all these things, and So we put happy stickers, like smiley face stickers, on good days on the calendar, and frowny face stickers on bad days on the calendar. So we come to realize that there's way more good days than there are bad, but when the bad days are there, it seems so drowning. It seems insane. So the sticker idea helps a lot, because then when you look at the month, there's way less bad days than there are good days. And then I also started a jar. I started it late in the year, but I started a jar for like thankfulness, to write things, to slow down and be thankful. I just don't want to fall into that trap of like the cares of the world render you unfruitful. Like if you have all this anxiety and all these cares of the world, it'll render you unfruitful according to the word. But I don't know how to slow my life down, because I'm newly postpartum. We have a business, like that's how we live, like that's how we make our money. We have the farm, we have the animals. The animals, like, they need to be fed and cared for every single day like a human being. So you can't just be like, no, I can't take care of that. And I hope I'm not doing that. I hope I'm not like from that parable in like Matthew 12, I think, where I'm so busy with the cares of the world that I'm not in the word. And the word seems like such a hard fight right now to stay in, because of the baby and because of all the things and caring for everybody. And I'm trying to take on more so my husband can have some downtime too, because it's just very strenuous, you know. So I'm just wondering, I don't know, is this normal? I don't know, you know. So I don't know, this is definitely a weird video. I'm not usually like one to expose like weaknesses or anything, but anywho's a poosy, that's where I'm at. So it does take me, I really try to focus on giving really genuine content and study, and I really try to study, because every question you guys ask me, I have that question too. There's no question that you have that I wouldn't have, because why wouldn't I have it? I'm human too, you know. So I get all these questions and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to know what that is. I want to study it. And the studying is just so intense. And wow, I never noticed that light switch over there. What the heck? I've never seen that light switch in my house ever. But see what I mean? It's like, it's just so fast here, and I'm not slow enough, and I'm trying to slow down. I guess, I don't know, it's probably the baby, you know. It's probably postpartum stuff, and like, this is normal. I don't have anyone to tell me that, you know. So what if it's not normal? What if I'm straying from God, or what if I'm not? I don't know, you know. So anyway, I'm still planning to come out with videos, I hope. I don't know if I should shut it down altogether, but I really like learning. I really like talking about God and any chance that I get, and I just don't get that many chances anymore with my life. So I hope that doesn't mean that I'm living wrong. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. So, talk to you later.